You're watching KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, cold weather doesn't have to dull your shine. We are talking winter hair and skin survival with the owner of Tina Rena Salon and Spa.
Plus, winter weather is upon us now with cold and snow and, much more of that to come. Why now could be the perfect time to replace your old drafty windows.
And celebrating more than 50 years of Christmas in the village of East Davenport. We'll get details on the family-friendly activities planned for this weekend, including crafts, fireworks, and a chance to meet Santa. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live on this Tuesday, December 2nd. Thanks for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier.
I'm Kyle Keel. The holiday magic is back and brighter than ever in Clinton, Iowa. The Symphony of Lights at Eagle Point Park is celebrating an incredible milestone. 30 years of lighting up the season with community spirit and those dazzling displays.
Yeah, with more than 250 illuminated pieces, more than 500,000 lights.
Wow. Thousands
of families roll through every year to experience the joy of this volunteer-driven event. Joining us today with Clinton's Symphony of Lights is Sue Watkins. Sue, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yes,
thank you. Thanks
for chatting with us. 30 years, of course, as Kyle mentioned, is an amazing milestone.
Yes,
it's been going on for a very long time. So can you tell us about the beginnings of Symphony of Lights and how it all got started?
Sure. So the Symphony of Lights started in 1896, and it started with just a few people getting together, one being John Eisenhower, who was a main contact with it. Reached out to individuals. The Jaycees of Clinton actually started it the first year, and then we came in underneath the umbrella as far as being the board members.
Yeah.
And then we have electricians from, I want to give them a shout out and stuff, NECA and IBEW, the Quad Cities Local 145.
Yep.
They have been helping us for the 30 years, set up these displays and get the electricity going. We have a great crew that comes in on the weekends and works all week long even. We have Sadie, Sherry, Kevin, Jerry, Mark, and Dale, who are our main ones.
Shout out.
Yes.
Yep, they do such a great job and stuff. We would not be what we are without them, and hundreds of other people that come in and help as well.
Great.
Yeah, we're looking at some video that we captured last week. This is just a portion of the display.
Wow.
So obviously our crew was kind of driving through it. So families driving through, what kind of experience can they expect? Obviously, it's going to be a magical time.
It is a magical time. They, stop at the hut to pay their $10 per car to be able to drive through. Take their time to leisurely drive through the Symphony of Lights, going through the arches, seeing our new displays. We have a princess up in a castle that needed to have a lift to be able to be put up in there.
Oh, that's fun.
We have a 65-foot train that we've added this year. We have so many more. We have a unicorn arch, unicorns jumping over the road, and many, many more. So it's an exciting year for us.
Something for everyone,
yes,
that's for sure. We've got a lot of princess and unicorn fans around here. The funds raised, so $10 per car that goes through. Where does that money go? Because this is a fundraiser as well.
It is. So the Jaycees have scholarships that they give out to area seniors, college students annually. Of course, we pay for the electricity, which is a nice little bill to it at the end of the year. We have been fortunate enough to be able to put some money towards new displays annually and such, and the displays can run anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 a piece.
Wow.
They're expensive. Lots of costs that go into it. We have great sponsors that come forward, area businesses, and sponsor us every year. You're able to take a look at their names out on our website. It's just a great community event. It's fun to see the businesses that support us year after year.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I mean, it seems like you've got a lot of support from the community and, of course, all the volunteers that it takes to put the Symphony of Lights on. So, you're talking about the cost of some of these displays. You got a pretty good donation this year. What was it, $250,000?
Yeah, we got just a little over $251,000.
Wow.
Lawrence Bay and his late wife, Carol, have given us that. There's actually some dedicated funds that we're we're going to look at being able to add even more things in the couple of years coming,
That's
which is
exciting.
exciting. So they have a nice, unique story. They have been visiting the Symphony of Lights for 25 years, and just something magical about Clinton and the Symphony of Lights caught them,
Of course.
and came forward and wanted to be able to go towards the symphony and make it bigger and better and
Keep
communicate.
it going.
Yes.
Already looking
Keep
for the
it
future.
going.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, before we wrap up with you, I want to take a quick look too at some of these Symphony of Lights events that you have coming up. So one of them being a family walk night. So that's a big one for.
We actually had that last Wednesday.
Okay.
And
a lot of people come out.
the 45-mile-an-hour winds and stuff. So our attendance was down.
That's when that was.
Yes.
Yep, it was.
That's a rough.
That darn
That's a
weather.
tough break.
I know.
For family walk night.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are open nightly. We unfortunately have had to close twice this year already because of the weather. You know, safety is our biggest concern with the driving around the park and such. But open Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay.
Saturday and Sundays, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay.
This Sunday, they can start seeing Santa on the 7th, 14th, and 21st.
He's a busy
Santa
guy.
Sundays.
Yes, in the
That's awesome.
lodge.
Yeah.
And
All
then
right.
we have our craft fair this weekend that they can find the details on our website.
So many different events. You want to
Yeah.
head to that website for more information. We'll, of course, post this on our website, klqc.com. So, Sue, thank you so much for making the trip down today.
Very
We
much.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Still to come on QCL, combating dry skin, staticky hair, and brittle nails, how to beat the effects of winter with the owner of a local salon and spa.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
As winter settles in, our hair and skin start feeling the effects of the cold, dry weather. But one local business owner is here to help us keep the glow going all season long. Joining us today is Tina Manley, owner of Tina Rena Salon and Spa. Tina, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you for being here. A great topic, because I'm sure everybody's feeling it. Winter can be very rough on our hair, on our skin. But what are some of the most common issues that you see this time of year, especially in your line of work?
Right. I definitely see a lot of dryness. We're having the irritation. We're having the breakage. Just all of those things that the winter brings upon our skin and our hair.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not alone, right? Like you can just definitely see your skin going through it. Your hair starts to get staticky after a while because everything is so dry. So you brought some items with you here today. So let's start with maybe some potentially simple things that we can all be doing maybe at home to help us heal our hair, skin, and nails, whatever may be the issue.
Yeah, definitely. With your hair, as you know, you're having that dryness and stuff in your hair, maybe switching your shampoo out to something that's going to be a little bit more hydrating, have a little bit more moisturizing in there with the shampoo and conditioner, washing your hair less.
Washing your hair
So
less.
just maybe just cut back a little bit on the extra shampoo if you can.
Yeah.
Just pulling that extra dryness out of your hair.
I have heard that a lot though too. I mean, like I have a group of friends that they will say like, well, I don't wash my hair, like I go 3 days between washing my hair, or even more than that, because you know we've gotten into this habit of you wash it every day, and that's why you see the oil.
And there's so many benefits by
Yeah.
kind of cutting back on that, as far as even color and the condition and
Okay.
those things, as well as having like an at-home mask that you're able to apply, or some oil or something
Like we have
that.
here? Okay.
Yeah, just something that maybe is just a quick little, you know, Saturday night routine that you're going to add in there as well. But then you can also come into the salon, and we offer like a hair mask with like a 10-minute scalp massage, which we love the most anyway.
We like that.
Yeah, so you could come in and, you know, I can apply the mask, and plus I can massage it in for 10 minutes while you just lay back and relax.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And this is something too that somebody could ask. So if they come to your salon and they say like, you know, tell you, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, that this is something that they're dealing with, and then you can figure out ways to help.
Of course,
a little
anywhere
bit.
that you're going, making sure you're talking to your person so they can help you through your struggles.
Yeah.
So they can recommend a product that you can do at home, or you can have in their salon space.
Okay, so moisture, moisture, moisture.
Yes, and then as we move on to like skin.
Yeah.
So like for your skin, you're going to want to take your moisturizer and maybe have something a little bit more rich that's
Okay.
going to help hold in that hydration. Washing your not taking as many hot showers,
Okay.
which of course it feels good in the winter.
so hard in the winter, right? Yeah.
So like that, and then also you're switching out your lotions a little bit and getting something with a little bit more Hyaluronic acid. Thank
I've heard that one before.
And ceramides. You get a little tongue-tied there.
Yeah.
Doing that as well is going to help huge with your skin.
Yeah.
And of course, going into your spa, come in, get a holiday facial or a holiday spa back massage. So you're hydrating that skin and taking away that stress of the holidays too, and the dullness in your skin and the dryness
and the stress, right? We're all Christmas shopping.
It's going to help all around.
Yeah.
So, and then we step into the nails.
Oh yeah.
So of course we're worried about our nails. They're dry, they're cracking. Adding in like the little cuticle oil, and I know you were looking at the cute little one with the flowers.
So pretty. Yeah.
You know, putting that into your routine, maybe having it by your bed, so you can apply the cuticle oil in the evening and rubbing it in. Wearing gloves when you're outside, just keeping them warmer.
Yeah.
And then, of course,
sense. Yeah.
adding more lotion, you know, and just hydrating up your hands.
Well, those are all great tips. I did want to give you a quick congratulations as well, because you are hitting quite a milestone with your business.
Yes, we are.
What is it? You're marking 11 years?
We're marking 11 years.
Wow.
And yeah, and it's not just Tina Rena Salon and Spa in there. We also have, we're changing into House of Empowered Beauty.
Okay.
So it's also we have 5 other businesses in there as well.
Yeah.
So it's a whole network of women that are women entrepreneurs.
Women entrepreneurs, and that's kind of what we talked about the very first time I met you, maybe a year ago. We were talking about that, and it's a mission that you have continued on with and furthered over these months and years, which is amazing. You're also working to purchase the building that you're in.
Yes,
so a lot of big things.
Yeah, it's a very exciting time. As like I said, we're transitioning through this process, and it's not just me anymore. You know, we have 2 other stylists. We have a massage therapist, a lash technician, and we also brought in a family and marriage counselor. So it's still all women-owned based, but we're purchasing the building to help to support those other women and to.
Well, speaking of supporting you, you have a holiday event coming up.
I do.
It's Bingo Bells. I love that.
Bingo Bells.
I
yes,
love that.
It's all about the bells, I think, today and the holidays as they're coming. So we have a fun family event that you can come to and support. We're creating awareness and funds to help to purchase the building, the down payment, the closing costs, all that's fun things. So you're just helping that network of supportive women. But you're going to come actually at Argo's House Cafe. And they'll be serving drinks and food and stuff like that that you can purchase as well.
That's great.
And so then you're just going to come. We're going to play bingo, but it's a little different twist where you're going to hear like maybe a seasonal song or a seasonal movie, and then you're going to play your traditional bingo.
I love that.
So,
well, we just had that info up on the screen, December 13th, I believe it was, and we'll make sure that we get that on our website as well. Now, if you want to learn more about Tina Salon and Spa, you can visit her on the web at tina-rena.com. As always, thank you so much for joining us and for all the tips, because we need them.
And have a great winter season.
Yes.
And I hope,
we hope to have you back soon, Tina.
Thank you
so much. Still to come on QCL, if your home has drafty old windows, now might be the best time to replace them. We'll explain why when Midwest Window Company joins us next. Your home has those drafty old windows. I know all about that. Now might be the best time to replace them. Joining us today is Darren Stiegel, owner of Midwest Window Company, located right here in the Quad Cities. Darren, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me on, Morgan.
Yes, absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you. Okay, so most people probably think that window replacement is a spring or a summer project, right? You think of people being outside, you think of your windows opening and closing, you're like, I'm not going to open them at all in the winter, but there's more to it than that.
Well, there's a lot to it. I mean, right now is when you're feeling it. It just got cold, guys. It is bitter cold out. It is like, wow, look at that window. What's going on? What's happening? Why am I feeling that breeze? Now is the time you feel it. But a lot of times we'll be like, okay, I'll take care of that when spring comes. It comes, you forget about it, and then now what? Now your window's going to do the same thing next year. So at Midwest Window Company, our processes, procedures to help people get things done and done now are fantastic. We're a company that was established just 3 years ago by my wife Elizabeth and myself. You guys probably noticed me. I'm in some other businesses around town.
Sure.
But with the window company, we've seen a gap. You know, we have the lower end contractor windows from like Lowe's or Menards. And then you have that top end window that's coming to your home that's really expensive. It's like, what is going on? Where's this spot for me? We said in the community, we need a mid-grade product. I had a good friend up in New England that was partnered with what we call the Okno window. It's a fully solid core polymeric window. And I said, I think there's something we can do here. So we found a great product with a mid-grade price to offer something great for Quad Cityans here locally.
Okay, wonderful. And I love what you say about, you feel those drafts and things in the winter, and that's really, the time to be thinking about it, especially when it comes to energy costs and all of that. So you have some pretty unique installation techniques, especially for the colder months. Can you tell us about that?
Well, what's real nice is a lot of projects we get done in a day. But when we do the installation, it's one at a time. So you take one out, you put one in. If it's really windy out, what we'll do is we'll also tape off the interior.
Okay.
And we'll put our jacked process in that has a full plastic wrap that's inside, kind of exposing just a couple feet of the interior and protecting the home while we're finishing our work. But absolutely great process, and it can happen very timely.
Okay, well, you brought an example with you today. So can you just talk a little bit more with this window here, kind of what makes the product stand out?
Yeah, so when you look at windows or do a comparison, or if you've ever seen a vinyl window or something like, God, it looks kind of plasticky and it's got, really hard mitered corners. It's like, I kind of like that craftsman look, or more that wood traditional look. And that's what the Okna product offers. You can notice it doesn't have the mitered, it has a nice little butt jointed trim here. You're also looking at a full cast lock system. Everything's cast or stainless steel. You have the actual pole lifts instead of just a plastic runner coming across the top.
Right, yeah.
If you feel this right here, you're gonna feel a full interlock bulb seal.
Oh, yeah.
And that's gonna give you a nice connection down to the base frame of the window to give that full seal.
No draft.
This window has less infiltration than the other window on the market today. Okna did a great job with performance.
Yeah.
Notice on the ratings up here. Also, you can look online, MidwestWindowCo.com, take a look at some of the ratings of the window, or just have us out and get an estimate and get a look for yourself.
Wonderful. Well, we know warranties are important to people, especially when, these are big projects for a lot of folks. But you're pretty proud of the warranty that you all offer.
Oh, super proud. So something different about this product compared to most is basically a regional rep for that company. So when we have our installers get trained, they do the direct Okna training facility. They get trained to install the product, and when they're done, the installation, the warranty on the product, and service is all covered 100% by the manufacturer, not just us locally. Well, we back everything that we do for them. So it's a pretty cool process.
It is. Also very cool is you have got a special offer just for Quad Cities Live viewers here today. So if people are watching and they're going, wow, that sounds like something that I need to be thinking about, or you walk downstairs and you immediately feel that draft from your windows that have been there for who knows how long. So you have some promotions going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now this month we're doing 30% off. That's going to run all month long. We're also going to do an extra $800 off just for calling today during this program. Set your estimate, guys. Get your appointment. Something we pride ourselves on is 1 year. You get a whole year with that pricing, kind of figure your things out, plan your project. At least that way you know what it costs, so you can plan to purchase it however you look to do financing, whatever it might be. We also offer an array of financing. They're doing a 12 months no payments right now, which is awesome. That's also with no down payment. Which is even neater yet, right? Okna has awesome financing partners, and also Veterans Day. Celebrating Veterans Day, guys. We have a great veterans discount that we apply with all of our projects. For
I'm glad you mentioned that. Okay, well, you can call the number on your screen to schedule your home consultation with Midwest Window Company. That number there is 309-702-2433. Also, be sure to visit them on the web at MidwestWindowCo.com. Darren, thank you so much for visiting with us today. We appreciate you. Thank you. Up next on Quad Cities Live, a preview of Christmas in the village of East Davenport. We have details on more than a dozen activities at participating small businesses, along with a must-see fireworks display.
Quad Cities Live continues.
The holiday magic is back this weekend in the village of East Davenport.
Yes, for more than 50 years, Christmas in the Village has brought families together for festive fun throughout the neighborhood. Joining us today with the details that's happening here this Friday and Saturday is Carrie Peterman from the Village of East Davenport Association. Carrie, thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a fun weekend ahead. So Christmas in the Village, as we mentioned, 5 decades that we've been celebrating this in the Village of East Davenport.
51st year.
What makes this so special?
I don't know. We work really hard at making sure it's a free community event for our families, which is kind of exciting. And we've really, the last few years, done a lot of work to make it bigger and better each year. The one thing I'm really excited about this year is we are partnering with Toys for Tots.
Yeah.
And the kids we've got a kids run this year starting at 5:30. So the Christmas in the Village is 6 to 9. Okay. But the kids race is 5:30 to 6. They don't have any fees to pay to run. They just donation to Toys for Tots.
Very cool.
So for the kids that want to run, they bring a toy, unwrapped a new toy. They'll get
That's so fun.
We hear that in the background.
Yeah,
It'll be fun for a little while until you get home, right?
So
No.
they'll run with their bells on.
Yeah.
The race is called the Sleigh Bell Sprint.
Oh, I love that.
So it should be a fun time. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, and it'll be an easy route. There's not going to be much hills or anything
I
like
know.
that.
Well,
so.
I was
No
already
hills.
picking her brain a little
Yeah.
bit before we started because I'm like, that might be a great thing for you know my daughter to do, and just like a fun little tradition because we go to Christmas in the Village every single year, and the good part about it is it takes place over 2 days.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's Carrie, Friday and Saturday of
It
this
is Friday
weekend?
and Saturday, correct.
Okay, and tell us about like the entire atmosphere because it pretty much takes over the entire village.
It does. We close down the streets in the village, and we have carolers that are walking around the village singing. We have musicians. There'll be a musician playing Christmas music from the balcony of Grumpy's Village Saloon, which will be pretty neat. Friday night on the balcony of the Boiler Building, Scrooge will make an appearance, which is always fun.
Yeah.
And there'll be an ice sculptor both nights. He'll be there Friday night and Saturday night. We've included a large petting zoo this year, which will be located in the front yard of the Village Theater.
Okay.
And the kids can come and feed the animals for free. There'll be face painting for the kids. The kids can come and get their pictures taken with the princesses.
Yeah,
So
and I spotted
your daughter will like
Santa.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she loves the princesses.
Yeah.
And there he is on the screen, spotted Santa Claus. And that's always really good. There's always a line to see Santa there in the beautiful old firehouse, but it moves really, really quickly.
It does move quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can get into the firehouse and get warm for a minute, and Santa will be there to greet you.
That's a perk as well.
Yeah.
It is,
And, you know,
yeah.
speaking of all the outdoor activities, you also have trolley rides available.
Trolley rides will go up through the village and into the Heights area. Yeah, those are free as well.
So this is really a good time to also patronize those businesses in the village as well.
Yes, and the businesses are giving back to the community as well. You will find an activity for the kids to do in each one of the businesses.
Okay.
So in front of Grumpy Saloon, there's a cookie decorating station. The kids can
that'll be
come and
fun.
decorate a cookie. And so they'll find something going on in all the businesses. They're wonderful about taking part of this.
They really are.
Yeah, it is really great to see you know, everybody really participating in this because you know there's a lot of really great small businesses in the village, but sometimes you can't frequent them because let's say it's a bar or something and it's not something that you know you typically bring the family to. Well, it's different this weekend, and they really do try and include every single person.
We do, yeah.
You know?
And there's going to be a magician inside of the McClellan Winery, so, you know, take your kiddos up there and see the magician up there. Yeah, there's just lots and lots of stuff going on.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we kind of teased it. You've got a big fireworks show happening as well.
The fireworks will happen Saturday night after the event. So when it ends at 9 o'clock on Saturday night, there'll be a big fireworks show. And it's really a pretty good show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impressive.
All right,
Yeah.
Saturday night at 9. Well, or I should say Christmas in the village of East
Christmas in the
Davenport.
village.
It's happening Friday the 5th and December 6th. That's Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. There's also going to be the kids' sleigh bell sprints that we were talking about happening both evenings before the event at 5:30. So be sure to have the kids get a toy donation for Toys for Tots at the starting line so they can run that race. Carrie, this is going to be a lot of fun this weekend. I know you all put a lot of hard work into it, and we appreciate you being here today.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching over the air on our broadcast here on TV6.
Yes, we are continuing our live stream with QCL Plus, so be sure to join us wherever you stream KWQC. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hello and welcome to QCL Plus. I'm Morgan Otier.
And I'm Kyle Keel. Providing an intimate, engaging workshop for adults to learn about influential body systems that support us in our various roles in life. It's the goal of a series of workshops by Blue Tree Counseling and Consultation.
And you have a chance to attend one of those workshops, or many of them, focusing on boundaries, cultural pressures, and thriving strategies. Joining us now to talk more about the workshop coming up is Brianne Hurst with Blue Tree Counseling. Welcome back, Brianne. Thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yes,
I'm excited to be back.
We're excited to talk with you. It's just always so enlightening in some way whenever you're on the show. So this is a part of a series of workshops that you have planned. So what is the purpose of the upcoming workshop, and then kind of how do they all fit together? If you wanna...
So this is my last go at a workshop per se for this calendar year, right? We're heading into this last month of this year. So this one is particularly timed with that in mind when we think of the holiday season and boundaries and all of the cultural pressures that come with this season, and how we get ourselves through this season is going to be different and in some ways tough for some of us. So that is trying to be in right timing with this season too when I think of the timing of this last one.
Yeah. All right, so one of the aspects that you're going to be talking about is the wooden balance puzzle. And this is what this is right here. So we're going to play with this a little bit, but explain the significance of this and why you use this as a tool in this workshop.
Yeah, so I, like many people, are very visual when we think of learning and things that help remind us of all of the interconnecting things in our life, right? We have values, we have beliefs, we have different roles at work or at home or in the community. And sometimes it can be tricky for our brain to organize and digest all of those things.
Yeah.
So my idea for this balance puzzle was trying to put together some of those pieces in a very visual way. So these ones don't have anything on them. They are blank and bare.
Okay.
And shout out to my husband for making them.
Yes, that is impressive.
Yes.
Very helpful.
Yeah. So what the idea is going to be is that participants will learn a little bit about boundaries, reflect on some of the cultural pressures that might be in their life, and think about some of what I call the thriving strategies, because from my language mindfulness, it feels really heavy to always be coping through life. And so I'm trying to reframe that into thriving through life. How do we thrive through different stressors and know our brain and body to get us through those different things? So then each of these circles will be designated towards what values do you have? What beliefs do you have? What roles do you have at home or in the community? What brain-body systems are important for you to take care of? One that I focus on a lot is our nervous system. It's what holds the energy in our body. And so I might put that on my one of my circles here for my balance puzzle.
Okay.
For someone else, they might put more of their sensory systems or their brain on it, right? Depending on how they view their life and what they're trying to take care of for their health.
Sure.
Okay.
And they'll mark these physical things.
Yes, they'll paint them. I'll have either Sharpies or paint markers.
They're interactive.
They're interactive, and the goal is for you to take it home, and that way you can mess around with it, because it also has to do within our attention system.
Sure.
So sometimes, depending on what state we're in, our attention needs to sit and think through things. So this is another tool for that, because then you have all your visual things in your life, and you can literally sit through and see how they balance out at the moment.
Okay.
The key is to balance it all.
The key is, again, as we've noticed, even getting these set up, it can be hard to balance them. Yes.
It can.
Well, you know, of all the workshops that you put together, why do you feel it's so important? I mean, given what you do as for a career, that you know, people learn more about these concepts.
Sure. For me, it's really important, and how I've worded to people is that I finally buy what I'm selling. So I've had to learn a lot of things. And thus why I keep bringing all the books that have
lots of learning going on right here.
I want to do something, and last time we were on, I did this, but I'm going to actually turn the books around, and
there they are again.
Kind of zoom in, you can see all the pages that she has marked in her research on this, and what she's kind of divulging to the folks that you know, take part in these workshops. I mean, you were studied on this, and it shows. I'm glad that you brought this with you.
It's important to help. For me, being a lifelong learner, it's helpful to show the work too, right? And so even when I think of all of my teenage participants or anyone that is constantly told, like, show your work or how'd you get those things, I wanted to be able to do the same way. I wanted to be able to talk through, regardless of who's in front of me, why I think the way I do, and why I think this is important for everyone to learn, regardless of what sector you're in, whether it's media or Windows or event planning or any other thing that you might be in.
And so this is specifically 18 and older, correct?
It is, just for the nature of logistics and some of the planning. This is all things, though, that I work with for kids. So I've had different groups and different things that I've done that all uses this information, too.
All right. So we've got the information up on the screen. It's coming up on December 13th. Where's it going to be located?
It's at Blue Tree. So it's very intimate as far as, like, the environment feel. Everyone will have comfy spots to be and to reflect. You can come by yourself, come with other peoples. There is some different rooms, and so if you came as like a group of 4 or 5, you could all reserve a room and be kind of together in that way, because I know some of these events are harder to come to by yourself, and so sometimes having some of that co-regulation and a friend can be helpful too.
There you go. Is that what we're seeing on the screen?
Wow,
so it is cozy.
Yes, it's nice very cozy, the different spots we have there. Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. And so if somebody is not able to make this workshop, or maybe they're just hearing about this now and know that you've held other workshops, you also have a podcast where we can gain a lot of really useful information.
Yep, the podcast that me and my colleague and friend Maddie do, Interconnections with Maddie and Bree, talk through all of these different things, all of these books that are on my mind, and that I listen to, how all of these things are showing up in our own lives as friends, as social workers, as parents, as all of those things.
That's so helpful.
It is. Because again, I want other people to buy in into how this looks in my life.
Yeah.
Listen on the go.
Yeah.
Well, the Boundaries, Cultural Pressures, and Thriving Strategies workshop will be held Saturday, December 13th from 10 a.m. until noon. It will be located at 3475 Jersey Ridge Road, suite number 2 in Davenport. And if you want to register for the event, visit bluetreecounseling.com/events. And that's also where you can learn a little bit more about what Bree and her team do.
Yeah.
Bree, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank
We
you
appreciate
so much
it.
for having me.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Welcome to QCL Plus. Hello, hello. I'm Morgan Otier alongside my co-host Kyle Keel. Well, the holidays are upon us, and for many, the season can actually be difficult to navigate.
Yeah, that's why one local business owner has authored a 12-day retreat work style book, or I should say retreat style workbook, and it's offering encouragement and exercises to navigate the difficulties and experience the holidays authentically. So joining us is the author of When Joy Takes Courage, Tennille Register. Tennille, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for being here.
Yes.
Thank you. I can't wait to talk about this topic.
Yes, me too. You're spending the actual afternoon with us. So if you didn't catch us on QCL today, definitely go back and watch our segment with Tennille when she talks about Christmas at the barn.
Yes.
Okay, we don't want people to miss that. And then the Downtown Drinkery, your sister was with us on the show today. We were very Grandview inspired, which I love. So we're going to sip on these drinks while we talk to you about this beautiful workbook that you created.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
It really is sort of just like a gift. It was a gift to me to write it and a gift to others I hope to kind of work through.
Yeah.
Whether it's the expectations of all the things that we have to do during the holidays, or maybe you've had something tragic or your health's not great, something that's making this holiday feel like not the merriest time of year for you.
Yeah.
I want to give you some help in how to navigate that.
Yeah, and I know you have a really personal story with this. So what really inspired you to create this workbook for people?
Yeah, so I love Christmas. That's, you know, no surprise around here. But I really had a couple of difficult holidays in a row. And then while I was already facing a broken heart and a lot of difficulty, I was in a moped accident, actually in Jamaica. Jamaica's in the headlines a lot right now.
Definitely.
And really had a lot of health challenges in recovering from that. The journey I went through in physically healing taught me a lot about emotionally and spiritually healing, and the time and the intentionality that it takes. And so as I creeped into the next Christmas, where I had lost my brother in a tragic way, his body was found in Florida, and it was just like multiple trauma after trauma. Going into that holiday season, I just felt like I'm gonna have to be really intentional or I'm gonna crumble. Like my healing can't stop and the holidays don't stop. So how do I navigate both the joy of the holiday and healing? And that's how this came to be.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, first of all, I'm so sorry that you went through all of that. You know, but a lot of people can identify with different types of trauma. And so even though that's probably difficult for you to talk about here with us today, thank you, because I know a lot of people can relate. So what is like the main thing that you want people to take away from this book?
Yeah. So I want you to know that you don't have to go through this alone. That even though we're all smiling and saying we wish you a Merry Christmas, everyone's going through something. And so in here, there's little exercising, setting boundaries. That's not selfish, it's necessary, right? So that you can really show up to things. So setting time aside for yourself, and that's what this workbook does, is gives you 12 things a day. You can sit by the Christmas tree, even if a couple tears slide down your face,
it's okay.
and curl up. The book is beautiful, full of inspiration and decor, and just really, I want you to feel like you snuck away to a cabin for about 10 minutes when you sit down with your workbook.
And we have a few quotes that we wanted to share. You saw the first one on your screen. You say, an intentional holiday beats a perfect holiday every time. And you were kind of talking about that you really needed to be very intentional as you were celebrating, just to kind of make you feel a little bit better.
Yes, just because we've always done it that way doesn't mean we have to do it that way this year. And it doesn't mean you can't go back to doing it later if you miss it. But really being willing, the book has some exercises like a yes, no, maybe list.
Yeah.
Of like, yes, I'm going to do this year. No, I'm not going to participate in that this year. And just really rethinking your traditions and expectations and being intentional. Here's where I'm going to show up and show up well and rested. And here's where I'm going to step back and skip that this year.
Yeah. So, Tennille, what did you learn through a lot of this healing? Because there's a lot of faith that plays into it as well. Like I'm even reading some of these quotes right now that are faith-based. And kind of how do those things go hand in hand for you?
Yeah, so we're meant to heal. We're meant to live well and to be able to love well. And so if something's in the way of that, if we can slow down and get still, our spirit will recover, which will let our mind recover, which I found out will let your body recover in amazing ways. My face was unrecognizable, right? And time and intentionality heal that. And the same is true with no matter how severe the heartbreak, some time and some intention, and you're gonna heal.
Yeah.
I mean, there are probably people who are really going through it right now or know someone who's going through it. So obviously, this would be a good book for them to get their hands on. So how can we get our own copy of this journey?
So it's exclusively available at the barn in person or shopr7.com, letter R, number 7. So shopr7.com. It will show up right there on the front page, just one click away, and we can ship it right out to you or someone as a gift. If you want us to include a little note to the person, just jot that in the comments when you place your order.
Yeah, and lots of beautiful things actually on Shop R7. I noticed. Yeah. Putting this video together today, but this is just congratulations, Tennille. Just looking at some of the pages while we were doing this segment together, it's really beautiful, and there's a lot there that you can kind of jump into yourself and kind of get your hands dirty, for lack of a better term, and heal.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I've had some people say I kind of looked at it every night before I went to bed, and the photography in there is all authentic from the barn, from our home, and so
it looks great.
It's really just a personal workbook, your own little companion for the holiday.
Yeah, plenty of space to write down all your thoughts as you work through it as well. So this is very neat to know.
Okay, well, shopr7.com to get your hands on that. Tennille, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you.
It's October, and that means something special is sizzling at the Machine Shed restaurant.
That's right. October is National Pork Month, and the Machine Shed is celebrating with a new chef-inspired feature each week. And joining us now with a sneak peek at October and November is Chef Jeff Grunder from the Machine Shed. Thank you so much, Chef, for being here today. Always a joy to have you on. So real quick, we want to get through your pork specials because chef-inspired, you've got one that started yesterday, correct?
Yes, and so we've got a pork ribeye. It's a Midwest pork ribeye that is basically, it's a lot of people can kind of say, you remember the pork steaks that we used to be able to do? So it's a grilled pork steak. It's got a bone in it, and then what we do with it is we put a chimichurri sauce on that. So that's an excellent one that actually started yesterday.
Lovely.
And then next week, then we're doing a pork trio, which the pork trio has 3 different pork tenderloins. So we take actually the pork tenderloin part and we put 3 different butters, one of them with a Parmesan crust, one of them with a blue cheese butter, and then we also do a bacon butter. So those 3 tenderloins that we're doing, and so I wanted to tell everybody about that coming this next week and 2 that we're doing that, but I also want to kind of talk a little bit about November, and because November is always one of those ones that kind of comes out of us because we're so busy with getting ready for Halloween and getting ready for all the fall, put everything away, but this is a warm meal that we wanted to do, so we're going to do
meals. We like
we're going to do a comfort meal that's our shepherd's pie, and we're going to run that. We're going to run that for November. So Morgan, if you want to kind of stir a little bit, we're going to start with some sautéed onions, and we're just kind of kind of give those just a little translucent. All we want to do, we got a little oil in there, and so all we're doing is just giving them just a little translucent and letting them kind of get some of that flavors in that oil a little bit, okay? All right, so then we're going to go ahead, and what I've done is I've diced up some carrot, and I've just boiled it like for about 3 or 4 minutes, so it's just fork tender, okay? So we're going to add in, it's 1.5 cups of that as well. Okay.
Oh, it already smells good.
It smells really good.
And then we've got some corn that we've just went ahead. Now this is corn. We get our corn from a company out of Des Moines that actually is an Iowa corn that we do. Yes.
Very good.
And then some corn and some peas we're going to put in there.
So colorful.
Yes. Then the Machine Shed is obviously, we're known for our comfort foods and things like that. So our pot roast goes into this. And this is our beef pot roast. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in about 2 pounds of that. Okay. And we're going to kind of let that kind of simmer as well. And then for spices, we got a little Worcestershire that we're going to put in there. Probably about a tablespoon of that.
Okay.
And then, Kyle, if you want to do some ketchup right in there for me.
I like when Chef Jeff puts us to work.
Yes.
You know, it's something to do.
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, and so we're going to put that in there as well.
Do a little splash of that.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to do about 3 cups of beef gravy.
Yep.
Love a good gravy.
And then Kyle, then I've also got a little sour cream, and you can use the same spatula because it's going all in the same party.
Yep.
So then what this will do, we're just going to cook this for about 4 or 5 minutes. All we're going to do is get this warm. Okay. Because then what we're going to do is we're going to put it into a casserole dish.
Okay.
And we put it into the casserole dish like so.
Oh my gosh.
And after that's done that,
So
then we get mashed potatoes and cheese on that. And then this goes in the oven for roughly about 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
At 375, and just let that cheese melt on top of it. You can even get it a little bubbly brown. It's not going to hurt.
All right.
And so what's nice about this is you can make this one. A lot of people say, hey, you know, you can make this, have it just in the fridge.
Yeah.
Put it in your little individual casseroles, and then just pop it in the oven and finish it in the oven. So a nice meal, one pot meal. Go ahead and you don't have to like get home and go, oh God, what am I going to do for supper? Okay,
it's easy, it's quick, and just
yes. So that's why we're doing this the month of November. Okay. So come out, enjoy this at the shed. And then we also, I wanted to just kind of talk real briefly about our holiday dinners to go.
Yes, I mean, it's almost time
such a great option.
It is. To think about Thanksgiving already.
Yes, and
get the turkey.
And so what's nice about this, we say it feeds 4, but obviously this is really the size. People go, oh, now you made this big for TV. These are the portions,
yeah.
So this would easily do 4, maybe 5, maybe even 6 people.
Yeah.
And so it's about 2.5 pounds of our turkey, and then you get to pick 4 sides, and there's 8 different sides that you can pick from. I just brought the 4 that are one of my favorites. Of course, sage dressing, green bean casserole. You can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with the green bean
casserole. And then it comes with a pie.
Look at that pie.
And so
beautiful.
It's done. You're done. All you got to do is just say, hey, I got, and just plop out, and then we have reheat instructions. So if you just want to pop it in the oven and be done with it,
that's great.
So when do you start handing these out?
Yeah.
So we actually, this is the thing that's a little tricky. We are closed on Thanksgiving Day. We let our staff enjoy the day.
Yeah.
So this is one where we do about 150 of these meals on the day prior.
Okay.
But you can pick them up anytime. If you wanted one tomorrow, we could do it. It's just that most of the time we're doing them the day before Thanksgiving.
And then you have the reheat instructions, and everything is perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, these are a great option if you don't want to cook the big feast on Thanksgiving. So the Machine Shed, obviously located on Northwest Boulevard in Davenport. We've got the phone number and the website on your screen. You get all the information on how to get your hands on one of these Thanksgiving meals. And of course, take a look at all the menu items from the Machine Shed.
Oh, it's
Chef
fun.
Jeff, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
We really appreciate it. Thank you.